Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a prayer that may seem unusual to some. Pray to God for fire to erupt in Los Angeles. No, I'm not asking. Perspective is a powerful force in shaping the way we experience and respond to the world around us. It's often said that life isn't about what happens to us, but how we react to what happens. Our perspective determines whether we see challenges as obstacles or opportunities, difficulties as burdens or lessons. It's the lens through which we interpret reality, and understanding this power can be transformative. We all know that life can be unpredictable. Some days are filled with joy, and others can bring us to our knees. But regardless of the circumstances, we have the power to choose how we view those moments. This ability to shift our perspective is what separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. When we face adversity, the first instinct might be to feel overwhelmed, defeated, or angry. It's natural to view challenges as negative forces, as things we wish would just go away. However, when we begin to change the way we look at adversity, we open the door to growth. The key is recognizing that hardship often brings with it a lesson, a chance to build strength, and an opportunity to grow in ways that we might not have imagined before. Take a moment to think about the times in your life when things didn't go according to plan. Perhaps you lost a job, faced a breakup, or dealt with a health crisis. In those moments, it's easy to feel like everything is falling apart, that life is against you, and that you're being punished for something. But when you shift your perspective and look at those experiences through a different lens, you might start to see them as catalysts for change. A job loss might have led you to pursue a more fulfilling career. A breakup might have encouraged you to rediscover your personal passions. And a health challenge might have taught you the importance of self-care and resilience. And if you can't tell us what we're supposed to do, as you're too busy figuring out whether you're resilient to reach something. The truth is, life is full of ups and downs, and if we only see the downs as setbacks, we miss out on the potential for growth. Every difficulty carries with it the seeds of personal development, and if we approach them with the right mindset, we can cultivate those seeds into something meaningful. This requires not just a change in how we think, but a willingness to embrace discomfort, uncertainty, and even failure. One of the most profound aspects of perspective is the realization that we are in control of how we perceive the world. We are not helpless victims of circumstance. Instead, we have the ability to choose how we react. When faced with a challenge, you might ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Or how can I grow through this experience? These questions help us reframe our struggles, turning them from obstacles into opportunities for learning and growth. The power of perspective also lies in its ability to shape our future. When we view life through a lens of gratitude and growth, we start to attract more positive experiences. It's not that life becomes perfect, but we become better equipped to handle whatever comes our way. We begin to focus on solutions rather than problems, on what we can do rather than what we can't. Ultimately, perspective allows us to turn ordinary experiences into extraordinary ones. By choosing how we perceive the world, we create the reality in which we live. The next time you're faced with difficulty, remember that the power to change your perspective is within you. And with that change, you might find that the world around you begins to shift in ways you never imagined. Change is a constant force in life, yet it's something many people resist. There's a natural inclination to stay in our comfort zones, to stick with the familiar, even when it no longer serves us. Change, though, is essential for progress. Without it, we remain stagnant, caught in cycles that prevent us from reaching our fullest potential. A call for change is a call for growth, transformation, and the willingness to embrace the unknown. We all face moments when we feel stuck, when the routines and patterns we've built over time no longer align with our goals or values. It's easy to ignore these signs, to tell ourselves that things are fine as they are. But deep down, we know that there's more waiting for us on the other side of change. The challenge then is having the courage to take that first step towards something new, even when it feels uncertain. Change doesn't always come in the form of grand sweeping gestures. Sometimes it's the small adjustments that create the most lasting impact. It can start with a shift in perspective, a change in how we view our current situation. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, we can begin to see them as opportunities to learn and evolve. Rather than seeing failure as a reflection of our inadequacies, we can view it as a stepping stone toward mastery. For many, the fear of change is rooted in the unknown. We fear what we don't understand, and that fear can paralyze us. But change is rarely as scary as we imagine it to be. In fact, the fear of change is often more uncomfortable than the change itself. Once we make the decision to take action, we begin to realize that the world isn't as rigid as we once believed. Opportunities emerge when we embrace change, and new possibilities unfold in ways we couldn't have anticipated. However, embracing change isn't always easy. It requires letting go of the familiar, of what feels comfortable and secure. It means challenging ourselves to do things differently, to push past our doubts and fears. And this can be uncomfortable, but discomfort is often the sign of growth. When we push ourselves beyond what we know, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new lessons, and new ways of thinking. A call for change is not just about personal transformation, it's also about collective growth. Our world is constantly evolving, and to stay relevant, we must evolve with it. Change is not just a personal choice, it's a necessity for progress, both on an individual level and within society as a whole. The systems, structures, and mindsets that once worked may no longer be effective in today's fast-pacing, interconnected world. Change is required to create better solutions, more inclusive communities, and a more sustainable future. In the face of change, we often look for certainty, a sense of assurance that everything will work out as we hope. But the truth is, certainty is a myth. Life is unpredictable, and the future is always uncertain. The key to embracing change is not in seeking certainty, but in developing the resilience to navigate the unknown. It's about trusting in the process, even when we can't see the end result. We may not always know what the future holds, but we can be sure that if we don't change, we will remain exactly where we are. A call for change is a call to awaken to our full potential. It's a reminder that we have the power to shape our own destinies. Change doesn't just happen to us, it happens because of us. It's the result of our decisions, actions, and willingness to step into the unknown. Change is not a force to fear, but a powerful tool to create the life we've always dreamed of. Fire is one of the most powerful forces in nature, capable of both destruction and creation. It consumes everything in its path, yet it also has the power to refine, renew, and transform. When we look at fire not just as a physical element, but as a metaphor for our inner strength, we can begin to understand how challenges and adversities can shape us into stronger, more resilient individuals. At the core of fire is its intensity and power. When we face struggles in life, whether they are emotional, physical, or mental, they often feel like an uncontrollable blaze, consuming our energy and focus. The heat is overwhelming and the flames seem to scorch everything they touch. However, just as fire has the ability to clear out the old and make space for new growth, our personal struggles, if approached with the right mindset, can purify us and lead to growth. It is during the most difficult times that our true strength is revealed. Think about how fire transforms. In its destructive phase, it may burn everything in sight, leaving behind ashes and charred remnants. But these ashes are not the end. They are a fertile ground for new life to emerge. In the same way, when we go through hardship, it might feel as if we are losing everything: our confidence, our peace, or our direction. But what we often fail to see is that the very process of burning away old beliefs, habits, and attachments allows for a new version of ourselves to emerge. Just like a forest that needs fire to regenerate, we need challenges to reach our full potential. Fire is also a symbol of passion, drive, and inner power. It doesn't burn simply to destroy, it burns to illuminate. Think about the fire within you. It is your passion, your commitment to your goals, your yielding will to rise after every fall. Just as a fire continues to burn as long as it has fuel, we too can maintain our strength if we keep feeding our inner fire with purpose, inspiration, and determination. The key to sustaining this fire is to stay focused on our vision, to keep our eyes on the bigger picture, and to not let external circumstances snuff out our inner flame. However, the same fire that drives us forward can also overwhelm us if we lose control. The metaphorical fire within us must be harnessed wisely. If we let anger, fear, or anxiety burn unchecked, it can lead to self-destructive behaviors. But when we channel our inner fire with discipline and intention, it becomes a force that propels us towards success and fulfillment. In this sense, fire represents the balance between power and control, between intensity and calm. Just like fire, our inner strength isn't something we always see or acknowledge in ourselves. Often, it's only in the face of adversity that we recognize the depths of our resilience. It's in the moments when we feel like we're being burned alive that we discover how much we can endure. The more we face, the stronger we become. And much like fire, our inner strength doesn't just survive adversity, it thrives on it. Fire is a reminder that our most intense moments of struggle can lead to our most profound moments of growth. It forces us to confront our vulnerabilities, shed what is no longer serving us, and emerge stronger than before. This inner fire is not just about surviving life's challenges, but about transforming them into opportunities for empowerment. When we tap into the power of our inner fire, we unlock a force that has the potential to propel us toward greatness. Growth through adversity is one of life's most powerful, yet often overlooked opportunities. Adversity, by its very nature, is challenging. It brings discomfort, pain, and frustration. In many ways, it feels like a force trying to push us down, holding us back from our goals, dreams, and desires. Yet, if we look closely, adversity often serves as a catalyst for personal growth, pushing us to our limits and forcing us to find new depths of strength and resilience that we may not have known existed within us. When we face difficult times, whether they are personal, professional, or health, it's easy to fall into a victim mentality. We can easily start to see ourselves as helpless, as if the world is against us. However, what if instead of seeing adversity as a barrier, we viewed it as an opportunity to build something greater? Something within us that only hardship could bring to the surface. The truth is, adversity forces us to adapt, to change, and to evolve. It may not be comfortable, but it's often exactly what we need to get to the next level of our lives. Think about the process of forging metal. A blacksmith takes a raw piece of metal and subjects it to intense heat and pressure. Through this extreme adversity, the metal is shaped into something stronger, sharper, and more resilient. It's a painful process, but the end result is something that can withstand much more than it could have before. The same is true for us. When life pushes us into difficult circumstances, we're being shaped and refined. We are being heated and hammered, but in the end, we come out stronger, more capable, and ready to face whatever lies ahead. The growth that comes through adversity often lies in how we respond to it. It's easy to let challenges defeat us, but the real test is how we rise from them. Growth doesn't happen when everything is easy and comfortable. It happens when we push ourselves beyond our perceived limits, when we face challenges head on, and when we refuse to give up. It's through the pain of adversity that we discover what we are truly capable of. It's in these moments of struggle that we unlock our inner resilience, creativity, and determination. Adversity also has a way of revealing who we really are. When life is smooth, it's easy to maintain a facade, to live according to the expectations of others, or to simply go through the motions. But when adversity strikes, it strips away the superficial layers and exposes the core of who we are. This can be uncomfortable, even terrifying, but it's also the perfect opportunity for self-discovery. In adversity, we often find new strengths, talents, and qualities that we didn't know we had. The challenges we face help us uncover a more authentic version of ourselves, one that is more aligned with our true potential. Growth through adversity requires a shift in mindset. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? We can start asking, what can I learn from this experience? This simple shift in perspective can turn even the most difficult circumstances into a valuable learning opportunity. It helps us focus on the lessons, the growth, and the resilience that come from adversity, rather than getting lost in frustration or despair. By doing this, we open ourselves up to the possibility of transformation, and we allow the adversity to shape us into the person we were always meant to become.